Hey folks, and welcome back to yet another episode of Two Option Tuesdays, where we intentionally point out things that you may be doing wrong regarding health and wellness, but we always give you a couple of options to try to make things just a little bit better. Today, we are going to be talking about the big D. No, ladies and gents, not that big D. Today's topic is bound to get some level of internal response from those willing to see it through to the end. However, I must warn you, what I am about to show you and discuss, you may and should find very, very disturbing. You ready? Here we go. The big D that I am referring to today is diabetes. Diabetes, simply put, is the body's inability to process sugar in your blood properly. We have all heard of diabetes and likely know someone who has diabetes. Most also know there is a type 1 and there is a type 2. In type 1 diabetes, also known as juvenile diabetes, is a disease the person is actually born with. Both type 1 and type 2 are due to the pancreas not creating enough insulin, which results in abnormal blood sugar levels. Insulin is a naturally occurring hormone that helps convert sugar from food into energy. When the pancreas does not produce adequate amounts of insulin, this can result in high blood sugar known as hyperglycemia. This can also result in low blood sugar levels known as hypoglycemia. Either one can be very, very dangerous and could potentially result in death. The way that we manage this is through regularly scheduled blood sugar testing and possible insulin injections. Fortunately, type 1 is the least common type. However, there's another one, type 2 diabetes, the most common type, typically develops over time. This type is commonly associated with, guess what? Obesity, inactivity, and overall poor physical health. Once again, something we have control over. This type of diabetes can often be regulated by adequate nutrition and lifestyle changes. However, in some cases, it will require additional insulin injections as well. What is most important to take from this episode is that the end result of diabetes, whether type 1 or type 2, can be the same. Oftentimes, as an occupational therapist, I see clients long after they have been diagnosed. Oftentimes, I see them after they have mismanaged their health. They've not listened to the advice of their doctors, and they come to me with issues such as this. Ouch. Right? Unfortunately, one of the most common results of diabetes is pressure ulcers. These ulcers can start off very, very small. At times, people don't even know they have a pressure ulcer because they have altered sensation in the extremities. This is another side effect of diabetes known as neuropathy. I have clinically known of more than one case. I've known of people who have actually stepped on a sharp object but did not know that they had because of the lack of sensation, only to lose their leg later on because it became infected and the tissue died. That is another common result of diabetes, amputation. I have witnessed people lose a toe, then a second or a third, then a foot, and then a leg. What I am showing you here is a wound that is having an incredibly difficult time healing. Unfortunately, this person is morbidly obese. He is approximately 400 pounds and will likely never ever walk again. What started out as a small sore on his legs due to cellulitis and gout manifested into these wounds. They are extremely painful, and unfortunately, this gentleman has to have dressing changes and debridement of dead tissue every 2 to 3 days. Even if we are able to save his legs, there is a good chance he will have more wounds that could potentially result in amputation of both legs. So, who's ready for a bout of diabetes? Hopefully no one. So here you go. Time to discuss your options. Regardless of being a personal trainer and an occupational therapist, I always stress option number one. Simply the importance of people eating healthy, managing their weight properly. That's all. Exercise, exercise, exercise. I cannot say it enough. In addition, have an annual health screen to include blood work that includes your A1C. This is a specific test that reads your fasting blood sugar levels. As we age, our risk for diabetes increases significantly due to hormone changes, an increase in weight, and a decrease in activity. We tend to slack off on balancing our diets properly. Having these levels monitored is incredibly important in helping you decrease your risk. Knowing when and if you are pre-diabetic can actually save your life. Reaching out to a registered dietitian is a great way of educating yourself on what is and what is not sound nutrition. You need to remember you are not who you were 20 years ago, and you cannot expect to be able to eat as you did 20 years ago. You must change your habits as you age. If not, you can go with option number two, which I really don't need to explain much more. Pictures are worth 1,000 words, folks. The choice is yours.